we gonna do it outside?
Part of it, but what do you have there?
It's a volcano.
It's a volcano. What do you know about volcanoes?
They erupt.
They erupt. That's pretty cool. What erupts out of it?
I think rocks.
Rocks? Well, it becomes rocks, but what is it before it becomes a rock? What comes out of a volcano?
Lava.
Lava. Oh, I wonder if we're going to be able to make our own lava. Are you excited?
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. So it says here it includes 2 volcanic specimens, so some real lava rocks, a wooden stir stick, a paintbrush, 3 different colors of paint. This is eruption powder A. That is, let's see. This has got to be one of the volcano molds, maybe. And then, oh yes, here's the other parts of the volcano molds.
This one.
And then this is the big bag of plaster and eruption powder B. So it's got the whole list of things it comes with there. Looks like everything's here. So it says in the directions that we need some sort of disposable container. So we just cut the top off of a milk jug. We're going to use this. I think it's going to be plenty big. And then we needed a cup of water and newspapers or a baking sheet. So I assume that's so that you don't make a mess when you're setting the mold. So we've got all that together. Let's move on to the next part. So the first step, once you've got all of your materials, is to put the mold together and wrap the rubber band around. So basically there's this little base piece, 3 side pieces that have a small notch on this part right below where the rubber band goes, where they kind of fit together and nest, and then you just put the rubber band around it to hold it all together. And then it just fits right inside that base. So this is where we're going to be pouring the plaster in once we have it all mixed up.
I'm a dog, Mama.
Okay. Next up, we're going to prepare the plaster. So it says to put in 1 cup of water into our disposable container. You want to help me pour? Gentle, gentle. There we go. Perfect.
I was gonna do a volcano.
Part of it, we're doing the shape of the volcano first. And we're going to cut open our bag of plaster. And then that needs to go in next. So this is a very thin powder. Want to help me pour it? Try not to breathe it.
Why?
It's a very fine powder and you don't want a bunch of stuff stuck up your nose. More wiggles to make sure we got it all. I think that's good. Okay, and then next, we're going to stir it up. So you're going to take this stick and stir, stir, stir. Cut a little bit more of this top of this off.
Try to finish it. Oh. Don't try.
Yeah, I just don't want that part to cut you. Okay, stir, stir, stir. When we've got it all stirred up, we'll come back. Okay, so we've been stirring it for 1 or 2 minutes or so. It says to stir until it's about the consistency of a milkshake. I think we're there. So then the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and pour this into our volcano mold. Okay.
Isn't that kind of a milkshake?
Looks like a milkshake, but it certainly doesn't smell like a milkshake.
No. But that's yuck. Yucky, 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 oh. Yucky, 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 oh.
We almost have it good. A little bit more.
Yuck. I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat that.
Oh, me neither.
That's a lot of milkshake.
Okay. Now let's let's spread this out. Try to make it kind of flat on the bottom.
Okay.
And then we're going to let it sit for 30 to 45 minutes.
And then can we counter when it's done?
So the instructions say we're going to let it sit right now for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then we're going to take, oh, it also says to gently tap the sides to remove any air bubbles. So we're going to let it sit for 30 to 45 minutes, and then we're going to take the mold off of it. But we're going to let it sit after that for 1 to 2 days before we get to the experiment. All right, so we're going to let it sit, and then we'll demold it. Do you guys want to go play outside?
Sure.
Okay, it's been sitting for really a little over an hour, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and.
Mom, it's on the timer.
Yep, that's because it's recording. So right now we're gonna flip this over and take this part off and the rubber band. Ooh. Oh, that looks cool. And then there's these little lines that happen because it came through the sides of the mold. So we're gonna use this stick to kind of smooth those out a little bit. Do you want to do this side? See where it's a little bit spiky right here on the side?
Yeah.
That's okay. See if
What's
that's just
that?
straight right here.
Stinky smell.
Yeah, the plaster kind of has a funny smell to it. It's not too bad though. There you go. Yep. Yep. Just kind of scrape to smooth that part out. And then we're going to turn it. This side actually doesn't have much of one. But that looks pretty good. So this is what it looks like out of the mold. It's got a couple little air bubble pockets because we didn't tap it enough to get the air bubbles out. But I think it adds a pretty cool thing to the texture. Do you think that looks like a volcano?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we've got to let this sit for 1 to 2 days. And then we can do the next part.
Yay.
Next step is painting the volcano. It comes with 3 different colors of paints. Red, yellow, and brown. You will need to cut the tip off of the end of the paints before they can squirt out. You can either squirt them directly onto the volcano and paint or use a plate and paintbrush. Ooh, we got some pretty red so far. So pretty. Think you're ready for the eruption now? Wow, that looks so cool. I love it. Okay, so we got it all painted. It's looking awesome. Nice work, honey. And next we're going to get the eruption ready. So we've got eruption powder A and eruption powder B. So this is sodium bicarbonate and citric acid. And we will also need a cup of water. So
I'll do it first.
we're going to need 1 teaspoon of each of these that we're going to put directly in here. And then we're going to mix it up. And then when we go outside, then we will add the water for the eruption. Are you excited?
Mm-hmm. It's like rain.
Ooh, the dust from the rocks is kind of like rain. That's interesting because when a volcano erupts, it actually makes ash go out into the air. And it comes down kind of like rain too. Okay, so this is the citric acid. 1 teaspoon. And here is the sodium bicarbonate. Go ahead and do 1 teaspoon. Do you want to put this one in?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, this one's kind of a reddish color. I think that's going to make our eruption look red. Okay, go ahead and carefully. Good job. Okay, now we're going to use the back of this spoon to stir it around slowly, okay? Oh, back of the spoon. The top won't fit in there, but the end will, like this. Just kind of go like that and stir it around, but gently, because we don't want the powder to come out the sides. There you go. Give it a little stir. Okay, I'm going to stir it a little bit more, okay? And then we'll be ready to take it outside for our eruption. What do you think is going to happen when we put the water in the top?
gonna be a eruption.
What does that mean? What is going to happen?
It's gonna erupt.
What happens during an eruption?
I don't know.
Not sure. What's going to come out of the top? Lava. Do you think it's going to have lava come out of the top when we put the water in?
Yes.
Whoa.
'Cause
So Ryland's got her water. Yep. She's going to go ahead and pour it into the top of the volcano.
Slowly pour it in the top.
You're okay. Whoa! Look at that! Wow. Okay, back
All right,
up.
pull it out.
Back out. Okay, back
Now
up.
watch the eruption.
Whoa! Wow, look at it. It's so bubbly. That's so cool. Look, Ollie. Wow. Said if we want to do it again, we can also add dish soap to it and it'll be even more bubbly.